Today I'll talk about supplementation and why 99% of you shouldn't be taking supplements. Hey guys, welcome to MotoFit TV, episode number 6. I'm going to run our fingers soon. Before we get into today's episode, I wanted to be able to share something with you guys that talks a little bit about mindset. It was a perfect demonstration, a real life demonstration of mindset and how you make shitty decisions when you're not mentally prepared. So I was driving down to the gym the other day. So I was driving from my home down to the gym, and on the way we have this particular road where there's a school there. So school, for the guys in WA, we just started up last week, I think it was. So this was a school zone now. So we had a school zone there, it was a single lane, went into a dual lane around a roundabout, which was at 40 Ks. But this was on a 70 K road. So normally it's 70, had to slow right down to 40 K. So I was doing 70 as I was supposed to down the road. And then I saw this lights flashing on the side, which was the 40 K sign. So we have these little LED illuminated signs, which is 40 K. So I was like, okay. So I saw that at the last minute, so I had to put the brakes on fairly quickly to go from 70 down to 40 for the school zone. So there was this person behind me who was obviously having a shitty day or having a bad day. And they started tailgating me going down the school. So it was single lane for a little bit and then went into dual lane later. So they couldn't overtake, they were stuck at 40 behind me. So they were doing 40 Ks behind me through the school. Which is cool, and she started tailgating me, and I could see it looking in the rear vision mirror. She was mouthing off and getting quite angry because I was doing 40 Ks in the 40 K zone. So it comes to dual lane, so she gets on the gas and pedals it past and looks at me and says a few words that weren't too nice, and then puts her foot down again and continues to speed past me. So she speeds past me, obviously trying to go 70 Ks or whatever she was doing, as well as abusing me at the same time and getting angry with her right foot. So she speeds up, and then as we get up the road, there's a policeman up there with his radar gun, which pulls her over, and she ended up getting a speeding ticket. So she got pulled over on the side of the road for obviously doing 70 in a 40 zone after she just abused me as well, and ended up getting pulled over. So this was the perfect demonstration in terms of when we're in a rush or when we're in a hurry, when we want to get to a particular destination. Obviously she was in a hurry, wanted to get somewhere faster than what she was getting there. Okay, maybe she didn't see the 40 K sign, but what that shows is that because her mind was focused on something else, she wasn't able to achieve her end goal. Her end goal was to be able to get from wherever she was to the destination she wanted to go as quick as she could. Much like riders and racers want to get to where they are now, they want to get particular results. And the thing that held her back was that she was letting her emotions get in the way. She obviously had things that had happening outside of driving the car, okay, that were affecting her driving, that were affecting her judgment and the things around her. She didn't see the 40 K sign, so she didn't slow down, which has actually meant that number one, she's got a whole heap angry, but number two, it's actually made her distance to getting to her end goal further away than what it should have been, because she's now been pulled over and been penalised. And the same thing happens with your goals as well. So if you've got a particular goal you want to be able to work towards, and you've got a whole heap of things going on at home, going on with your partner, that you don't know how to mentally sort out and move through, then they're going to affect your performance on the track. Because when you rock up to the track, the things you do at the track, the way you get there, the way you get home, the way you operate at the track is going to be very, very different, because you've got this thing in the back of your mind that's actually blocking off a whole heap of signs around you that are helping you to get to your end goal. Much like for this lady, she could have just read the 40 K sign, done the 40 Ks and still got to her destination by slowing down a little bit. But because she had her mind focused on other things, she wasn't seeing those signs around her. And that's what happens with a lot of riders and racers, is they have outside things and they let their emotions get in the way, which means they don't see those signs, they don't see those things that are actually helping them towards getting to their destination, which ends up holding them back. So that's what I thought was a good example to be able to share with you guys in terms of how mindset affects performance and the overall goal. So I hope you found that useful. Before we get into our question for today, Jeremy.
Jared Martin asks, what supplements should you take on race day or during the week, and what should junior riders take?
Awesome. So in terms of supplementation, so I have a very, I suppose, firm view on supplements. A lot of riders, and there's definitely a place for supplements with riders and racers and with athletes in general. But the biggest problem is that most riders and racers skip the basics, skip the foundation and jump straight to the supplements. The supplements give you this much of an advantage compared to getting your nutrition, getting your training, getting your hydration nailed beforehand. Most riders and racers go for the supplement because that's the easy option. That's the thing that helps them to be able to get to the end goal without actually having to do any work, by simply putting a scoop of powder or taking a pill or doing whatever it is, having a flavored water. So that actually stops you from being able to get to the end goal, or not stops you, but more so is the least efficient way to be able to get there. It kind of gives you false hope. People think that by taking a protein powder, they're going to have big muscles. People think that by taking a pre-workout that they're going to be able to get better results from training harder. People think that from taking magnesium that it's going to stop all their cramping issues and get rid of the arm pump. There's a whole heap of stuff here that people think that supplements is going to take over, when there's actually underlying issues that need to be fixed. Then the supplements can be taken to be able to help support that, only once the foundations have been nailed. So my recommendation for everyone is to cut off all supplements, do no supplements, and figure out the foundations and figure out the basics and be able to nail them first. And when I say basics, I don't mean just cutting out KFC and cutting out all the chocolate bars you've been having. I mean actually researching and being able to educate yourself on nutrition, knowing how to eat, knowing how carbs work, knowing how proteins work, knowing how fats work, knowing which types of foods are best for each of those foods group, and then knowing how to time them correctly with race day, what to have before a race, after a race, before race day, breakfast, lunch, dinner on race day, after race day, a few hours before training, an hour before training, straight after training, a couple of hours after training. Knowing all this and then knowing how to perfect that system and do it as best you can. Once you've done that, once you've nailed that, and you've done that, applied that same process to training, then you can look at supplementation. But I can pretty much guarantee that 99% of the people watching this video right now, you're not in the supplement category. You're in the need to learn your nutrition, need to learn your strength side of things, need to be able to maximize that before you can progress into supplements. Supplements will give you this much progress compared to working on nutrition, training, mobility, mindset, which give you this much progress. Most people get sucked into the supplements side of things because it's so easy. Okay, it's like weight loss pills, it's like weight loss shakes. Why do you reckon that industry is so big? Because it's so easy. When really everyone knows that the answer is go and exercise more and eat properly, but these supplement companies still get a shit ton of money. Same happens with performance supplements as well, is that a lot of riders and racers don't work on the basics, don't work on the foundations. They rely on the supplement to get them the result, or the salesman or the person that's been talking to them at the counter that's telling them it's going to do all these things when it's actually not going to do all those things. Okay, all it's going to do is cause issues, because you're going to take these things, you're going to expect an awesome result, expect the things that you were supposed to be getting from nailing nutrition, nailing your strength, and you're going to be disappointed. You may get some sort of result from them. That's not to say that you're going to take supplements and you're not going to get a result from them, no matter what they are. But you need to be able to make sure that you've nailed everything else first, okay? If you're getting a result from a supplement, okay, imagine the result you could be getting if you actually worked on the underlying issue, worked on the nutrition, work on fueling yourself, worked on your training, work on mobility, work on mindset, conditioning, strength, and worked on nailing all those areas. There's much, much more to be gained from putting in the hard work rather than just going for the easy option and taking the supplement. So my opinion, Jared, is to cut out all supplements. All supplements you have, if you're finding that, or for your young one, if you're finding that he's relying on supplementation or relying on things to give him energy, or in terms of supplements to give him energy or to help recover, then you need to be questioning, why are you doing that? Okay, why? A lot of people take pre-workouts. Why are you taking a pre-workout? Okay, does that mean that you're taking the pre-workout because you want more energy for training? More than likely, okay? Then we need to backtrack. Why do you not have enough energy for training? Oh, you just worked 12 or 14 hours. Okay, what are you fueling yourself with throughout the day? How much water are you taking? What type of foods are you taking? What time are you taking these foods in? It comes down to being able to look at what the actual underlying issue is, okay? Many people take pre-workouts. Like I talked about in the previous episode, a lot of people take magnesium because they think it's going to help with cramping, when really the underlying issue is water, or water retention, okay, and other areas of hydration. It's not that you specifically need a supplement, although it may help. So my answer would be, Jared, clear out all supplements, work on nailing the basics, work on nailing nutrition, find someone to help and educate you, whether you do that yourself or you have someone to be able to help you, whoever that is. To be able to educate you on how to fuel yourself or your younger one correctly. And then later on you can look at supplements once you have all that nailed. But I can just about guarantee 99% of the people watching this video, you don't need to be working with supplements. You need to be doing the opposite thing and actually working with the foundations of nutrition, the foundations of training, learning those basics and then being able to put them into action. So that's today. So we only got one question for today. We're going to smash through today's episode. So I hope that helps in terms of supplements, and I know there's going to be a fair bit of controversy coming up in the comments, so I'm looking forward to that. So that's the first thing to be able to look at, and then what we want to, or actually today's question, getting today's question of the day, is what is your favourite thing to do training-wise that you actually enjoy? So I want to make it a little bit more fun, today's question of the day. What's the specific training thing or modality that you like to do that you actually enjoy? So it doesn't mean it's beneficial for riding or racing, just something that you enjoy doing exercise-wise. It might be mountain biking, cycling, maybe it's lifting heavy weights, maybe it's going for doing marathons, maybe it's doing longer runs. I'm interested to hear what you enjoy doing outside of riding and racing in terms of exercise and training. So post up in the comments below. And I look forward to hearing from everyone. So I look forward to our next episode next week for episode number 7. I'll speak to you guys then. See ya.